All right, back here on the Bernie and Sid in the Morning Show. We've been promoting this guest for a couple of days. Really, really excited for Dennis Quaid. He is back in a big way. The Intruder in theaters now. He's got his second dog movie. The first one was great, A Dog's Purpose. Now A Dog's Journey about to come on out. So 2 movies plus all of the insurance commercials. And at the age of 65, the guy looks like $1 million. I mean,
it's amazing.
God.
He's like Dorian Gray, this guy.
A little bit, making his first appearance on the Bernie and Sid in the Morning Show. Here he is, the great actor Dennis Quaid. Good morning, Dennis.
Bernie, hello. Good morning.
What's
hello,
up?
New York.
Mr.
Hello,
Quaid,
New
that's
York.
right. Tri-State, they love you, Dennis.
They do love you. And let's start with The Intruder, because that's what's in theaters right now, Dennis. And, you know, it's a rough movie in that your character, a white guy, ends up with some pretty rough scenes with the leading lady who's an African-American lady. And I've read a whole bunch of stuff, Dennis, I'm sure you have too, about how rough some of that gets with race relations going on across the country today. What are your thoughts on how your movie's being received?
It's getting a really great reaction to this film, actually. Megan Good is who plays the homeowner or would-be homeowner in this movie. It was fantastic. And we, as well as Michael Easley, they play the young couple that I want to buy my house. And I play a guy who's a widower, and this house has been in my family for 3 generations. And they buy it, and I just can't get myself to leave. Megan Good can really hold her own with martial arts, I got to tell you. She's a force.
No, it looks really, really scary. I mean, we've seen some of the promos out there. It's in the theaters nationwide tomorrow, of course. Today, Friday, May 3rd. But, Dennis, listen, it seems like you're experiencing a resurgence. Sid mentioned the insurance commercials. You have this movie. You have A Dog's Purpose.
Yeah, this. I guess you call this about my 4th or 5th comeback.
Yeah, something like that.
Well, listen, you know, again, with The Intruder in theaters now and A Dog's Journey coming out in a couple of weeks, the early stuff that you did, Dennis, I still think your portrayal of Jerry Lee Lewis in Great Balls of Fire was amazing. I love the job you did as that Tampa Bay Devil Ray pitcher in The Rookie. That is a great story. But I'm going to say this, Dennis, and I think I'm right about this. You got to be the only actor ever to play both Bill Clinton and Ronald Reagan. Is that true?
I think so. I think that particular combo is my own territory.
No, it's pretty amazing when you consider, you know, you did a great job as Bill Clinton many years ago. The Reagan movie is set to come out this summer, but, I mean, you're not even playing the same political party. You're going 2 different directions and nailing both characters.
I'm independent in real life too. So
you are no,
both ways.
Right?
But we have not yet made the Reagan movie. I think we're starting that in the fall, hopefully.
Oh, okay, great.
But I'm ready. I am ready to go.
Let's do it. Okay. Now, listen, of course, Dennis Quaid, The Right Stuff, The Big Easy, but when you made The Parent Trap in 1998, that was one of your comebacks. And I remember taking my daughter to see the movie and getting acquainted with you, reacquainted again. But you have a built-in fan base because my daughter watched that movie like all little girls around the country, across the country, 100 times after she saw it in the theaters. I mean, so
yeah, they all grow up. They come up to me on the street, and I tell them that I used to babysit them while their parents were doing what they wanted to do in the other room.
That's true. That's right.
We just put it on a loop.
That's hilarious and true. You know, and Bernie talks about that generation of kids that enjoyed you in the late 1990s. Now there's a new generation. I mean, I got to tell you, Dennis, to be honest, when I went to see A Dog's Purpose, I really had no idea what I was going to go see. And I told Bernie this morning, movies like Brian's Song, movies like Forrest Gump, I think I cried more in A Dog's Purpose than any one of those movies. And I am so excited about A Dog's Journey coming out. I mean, the writing, your acting, the way they portray the dogs, it is just unbelievable.
Oh, thanks, man. You know, I would warn parents not to take your kids to see The Intruder.
Right, right.
Because they're not going to see that warm and fuzzy Dennis Quaid in that. And we got to keep them away from that. But The Intruder is, I play as homeowner. this house has been in my family for 3 generations, and I sell it to this nice young couple, and then I have trouble leaving, and that's where it all starts.
Well, no, but is this character? I know the character makes kind of a racist comment to the husband, because I know early on you and the husband don't get along, and eventually that turns into a sexual battle for the wife. So is it fair to characterize that character as a racist, or not really?
Yeah, there is friction between this couple and I, especially the guy Michael Easley's character. He's so good. He's very interior. You can see all the wheels spinning. And, of course, race is going to come into that, but, because there's this conflict going on with these two. But my character is delusional and completely out of his mind.
Right.
And I don't think it would matter who it was. He just doesn't want to leave.
That's true. Yes. Listen, and speaking of good, you have range, Dennis Quaid. Obviously, I mentioned the Parent Trap earlier, and now you're doing these Esurance commercials, which are hilarious, actually. I mean, it's a great showcase for you. I mean, you must be having a blast.
Those are really surprisingly painless, man.
Easy money.
Very sweet. Very sweet. And I'm having a ball doing them. The great scripts, and they got a great director, and very grateful for the response to them.
All right. Well, listen, on the way out, again, The Intruder in theaters now, just a couple of weeks away. From A Dog's Journey, which is the second part to A Dog's Purpose, the Esurance commercials, which Bernie just talked about. Dennis Quaid is everywhere, but we got to close with this. Not that far removed from winning a World Series, the Houston Astros. Yeah. You feel like they're ready to get back this year?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think I think they have about a 250% chance of being there for the World Series. I love my Astros, man. I was the fan when they were the Colt 45.
Yeah, no, the good old days of Rusty Staub, I know.
It was the first person to hit a home run in the Astrodome.
Very good. I got bad news for you. The Yankees are going to get healthy, and they're going to come back and exact revenge from 2 years ago.
I hope so.
All right, Dennis, thank you so much. Again, The Intruder in theaters now, and don't forget A Dog's Journey coming out May 17th.